Welcome back, folks. It's Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Born on this date in 1911, actress Gail Patrick. She was born Margaret Fitzpatrick in Birmingham. She graduated from Howard before it was Samford, took law classes at Alabama, and reportedly wanted to be governor of Alabama someday. But she moved to Hollywood, was often cast as the other woman or some other bad girl type, and became one of the first actresses to make the jump to successful producer. Also in 1949, singer, songwriter, music producer, American Idol judge, and former Commodore Lionel Richie of Tuskegee. Today is the summer solstice. Technically, it's at 3:50 p.m. Alabama time this afternoon. At that time, the sun will be at its highest point of the year. It also means that today is the longest day of the year already, with folks in Alabama getting between 14 and 14 and a half hours of daylight, depending on how far south or north you live in the state. Today, we have a caution for beachgoers, an out-of-state manhunt, baseball legends in Birmingham, and a state's new Ten Commandments law. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. If you're on the beaches of Alabama or the Florida Panhandle today, make sure you check the surf condition flags and be cautious around the water. AL.com's John Sharp reports that double reds were flying along the northern Gulf Coast Wednesday as Tropical Storm Alberto churned up the water near the Mexican coast. That storm, which is the first named storm of this hurricane season, is on its way inland. But double reds were still a possibility today. Now, the decision on what flags to fly is coming sometime after this is recorded. Double red flags mean the beach is closed to swimming, and it's not just a suggestion either, but enforceable by law enforcement. Now, even if you see single reds flying, it's not the best idea to go for a swim. Rip currents are a real possibility, and you don't want to get caught in one. If you ever do, it could pull you out pretty far pretty quickly. Try to stay calm, stay afloat, and swim parallel to the beach, and then start making your way back to shore once you're outside the rip. And always remember to thank the local that probably had to drag you out of the water that you shouldn't have been in. A man from Alabama who is wanted in connection with murders here and in Oklahoma is being hunted by law enforcement in Arkansas, reports AL.com's Carol Robinson. Authorities said that 50-year-old Stacy Lee Drake has an active warrant out on him in Alabama for homicide. That warrant is not public, so we don't know what crime it's in connection with or where it might have been committed. Now, according to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, 3 people were killed during 2 carjackings in that state. Drake is from Birmingham, a 5'11", 185-pound white male with brown hair and eyes, and described in Alabama court records as homeless. Baseball celebrities began showing up around Birmingham's Rickwood Field Wednesday for tonight's MLB at Rickwood game between the Giants and Cardinals. Derek Jeter and Barry Bonds were honorary captains for the Fam Jam Celebrity Softball game. Also among those on hand were Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, CC Sabathia, and Ryan Howard. Tape of the softball game will air at 1:30 p.m. today on MLB Network. The Giants-Cardinals game this evening will be on Fox at 6:15 p.m. One of our fellow southern states now has a law requiring the Ten Commandments to be displayed at all public school classrooms by 2025, reports the Associated Press. Louisiana Republican Governor Jeff Landry signed the bill into law Wednesday. Supporters of the measure argue that displaying 10 Commandments is not just a religious act, but one that recognizes the historical significance and legal impact of the commandments. However, that's not likely to make the lawyers take the rest of the summer off. The American Civil Liberties Union, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation have already sounded off their opposition. Now, I don't think this will help settle the dispute, but I'll point out that according to the grading scale in Louisiana schools, you can get only 8 out of 10 right and still pass with a C. Keep an eye out on this for 2 things: lawsuits and similar bills coming up for debate in other states. Thank y'all so much for listening. We're going to be back here again tomorrow. Until then, y'all come on by and see what we're doing anytime you want to on the World Wide Web at al.com.